All right, welcome back to the hangar. Something a little different today. Um, I have more than one hobby, but I'm nowhere near as good at this hobby as I am that hobby. But that being said, with all my projects kind of coming down to an end, the shop's kind of getting completed. I got a few things to do still. Really not going to have much going on. In my spare time the next couple years. So I'm going to get back to one of my other passions, and that's kind of what this is today. A little nervous on this because this was a lot of money because it's no longer in production. It's a very nice item, and I didn't get to see it. I had to buy it sight unseen. It came out of New Jersey, out of a shop up there, and hopefully it survived, and it's per the description because it's a lot of money. It's made here in the U.S., which is, anything made in the U.S. is expensive in itself. But just what it is, it kind of cost me. But long term, it'll be worth it, as long as I utilize it like I want to. So let me throw this on my head here. So hopefully nothing. Pardon the. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me turn on my phone, make sure. So come out of New Jersey. That was it. I searched and searched for one of these, and it was the only place that I could find one. It was not cheap. I kind of made them an offer because they're selling it through a second, a third-party website. But they actually, that sucks. Anyway, well, hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully you can. So it was not letting me connect to it once I already got the video going. Yikes. Well, hopefully you guys can see. If not, I'll redo it. But anyways, let's get up here on the table here. Well, let's just do this. Let's cut it open here. I always worry with shipping stuff because it's, they just don't take care of things. And luckily it comes in a case, and they bubble wrapped it some. So let's see what we got here. No, that ain't the best. They just put it on the top. Oh, that's heavy. There we go. Oh. Well, there you go. And if that don't give it away, it's kind of upside down. Nothing will. That right there. All right, so let's see here. This is the moment I'm dreading. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. It's not what I wanted. I actually have a friend trying to track me down something. He's got connections with ESP. He's pretty well known semi-retired musician. And yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, it looks good. Overall, that looks good. I don't know what that is going on there, but it looks like it's as advertised. You just have to be careful when you buy stuff online. Although they do have a good reputation for this, was it Watchtower Guitars out of New Jersey? They had it on reverb, so you have some kind of comfort there when you go through that, because they do offer, oh nice, that's awesome. They do offer a little bit of security when you buy through them. Oh yeah, I asked about scratches, and they said, oh, there's a couple stuff, nothing major from playing, but hell, my guitars that sitting over here have way more. This is actually almost perfect condition. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's what I was worried. So let's see what we got in here. This is all the genuine stuff here. Cleaning stuff still in the pack. The whammy bar is still, looks like it's never been used. Stickers and stuff are as they were, and this should be the certification. Eclipse FR Black. Where's the serial number? Yeah. That's it. It's a 22 model. One, if you can get an Eclipse, it's ESP, but they have a branch here in the US, which is out in California. And if you can get one of these, it takes you a while because they make them here in the US. And from what I was told, they actually may have stopped because they were just too busy, couldn't handle it. So I think they may have cut back till they get caught up. If not, I don't know, they may be gone altogether. But they're very, very good guitars. Nice. And this is, you know, I'm looking to get more into the metal stuff that I you know, I kind of like on the music side. I've primarily been acoustics, just because that's easier to deal with, and the noises, and it's just easier. You know, the bad thing of that is I have bad habits. So what sucks about these, man, it's just trying to make it sound good and keep things quiet. Because with an acoustic, you're doing a lot more things, and the noises are different versus something that's super sensitive like this. That if you breathe on it, you're going to pick up sound. So you have to learn a different technique. So I'm excited. That's gorgeous. Well worth the money. Well, I say that, I got to play it first. But if it plays like they should and everything, it should be well worth the money. And hopefully my buddy can hook me up with what I'm looking for. If not, I'm sure this will play way more than my ability any day. So, and there's this. Let's see what they got. Those are good strings too. A little heavy gauge, but that's all right. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Anyways, well, that's it. I got to run to town. I'm actually going to go by a guitar store. I'm trying to build a setup that I can play, you know, with headsets and stuff, because, you know, you have neighbors. I can't go blaring, and I don't really have the amp and the preamp / effects that I'm looking for yet. I'm getting into a lot of the new modern stuff. You know, they have like electrical. Basically, they mimic various amps and effects in these you know, kind of effects pedal things. So I'm looking at a fractal axe or something like that. They're really expensive, and it'll do way more than I need, but it leaves room for growth and resale value. If I, you know, decide someday that I don't want it, I can always resell. And I don't typically want to spend that kind of money and not play as much as I need to. But again, you can get them off of like Sweetwater and Reverb, used ones in perfect condition for a fraction of the cost. So that's kind of how this come about. I mean, although they were pretty much selling it, what I think was way more than they should, but it is a guitar that you can no longer get, and the quality of these guys are pretty well known. So anyways, so I'm gonna shut up now and head to town and get back and try this guy out. But sorry, it's not a jet video, guys. You know, but you know, I'm gonna be doing some videos. I don't know. My playing, we'll see how my playing goes. Like I said, I've been playing on and off since I was a teenager, and I should be way more of a guitarist than I am, or a musician. But I have other hobbies. I had a career. Life gets in the way. And I don't care what they say, you're never too old. You know, it just may take more work the older you get. Plus, I have some musician friends that have made hints, so it would behoove me to kind of get back playing. So, you guys take it easy, and if I got any guitarists out there, you know, let me know what you play, what you like, and if you got any recommendations for an effects pedal. A buddy of mine sent me one. I know Line 6 Helix is a really good one. Zoom, a G6 or something, I think it's G6 is what he sent me as a recommendation. They make a G11, it's bigger, but I think I could do the G6. And they're very reasonable, a couple $100. And then there's the Fractal, which is pretty much cream of the crop. And I tend to spend a little bit more money, even if I don't utilize it. One, it helps resell, plus it's just, I don't have to worry with, you know, not being what I want, and gives me some room to expand. But granted, I don't go spend thousands of dollars on shit I'm not going to use. But anyways, so you guys take it easy, and I'll eventually finish that. It's at the point now, I've got the seats, I painted the seats. They're sitting in there. I just got to kind of hard mount the seats and the instrument panel and then do final CG. I had some discrepancies on CG compared to somebody else that's got one that they're flying. And I tried to get their stuff because they use the Zyko CG machine as well. But their measurements were showing different than mine, so I got to make sure I put my measurements in the right spot. I just got to check that. But it looks like it's going to be LM1, which is amazing. I'm super happy about that. The weights are showing without fuel. I don't have fuel in it, but I did take the inner pylons off because they weren't going to have any ordnance anyways. And that dropped it down a little bit. Every little bit counts when you're trying to meet a weight. And as it sits, no pilots, cockpit ordnance, batteries, minus fuel, it is well below the LM2 weight. So I should be LM1, and if I have issues with fuel, and now since they have fuel bags, I know a company that makes a fuel bag set just for this jet, I could ditch the fuel tanks, put fuel bags in it, and save probably another 2 or 3 pounds. So there's no reason why I shouldn't get this under LM1. It's already there, and my only worry is filling that aft tank. But because I'm using 195s, I probably don't even need it anyways, and it'll essentially become a taxi tank, kind of like my my F-22 is. It has so much damn fuel, and those 132s are so efficient that the main tank doesn't even really. I'm like, I have the way it flew with the 120s. I would fly a full 6 to 8 minutes, full flight, no problem, land, and just gotten into the saddle tanks, which are the mains, because I do the center tank first, and that feeds into the mains or the side tanks. Well, it would be empty, and I was just getting into the side tanks on a 6 to 8 minute flight. So I wouldn't even use a taxi tank and still have way more fuel than it needs. So that's kind of what I'm thinking this one's going to be as well, from what I've been told. So let's see what we're looking at. Oh, that's a 13-minute video, not too bad. I did send some recommendations to the owner and the developer of this guy. Just because these larger jets, you run, like the issue I ran into is this slider here with the bar that comes up for your leading edge. It's too short. It needs an extension just to get it out past these wider models, because right here, there's where the wing goes on, and if you draw that line straight forward, right there's a little mark. Well, the only way to get it is to kind of lean this out. And I loosened, I just loose fitted in there, and then I made sure this was perfectly vertical and did it that way. But that's just not I worry about that accuracy. So it's close enough, and I was playing around with my laser line to do this, but I'm hoping he will make an extension. That's really all it needs. It's just something that you could put here and extend that rod out further. So so far that's my only recommendation. It's a great system, it really is. But once I get the final numbers, and I'm not going to go posting any of my measurements until it's flown, because I don't want to give anybody a reason to say, well, that was wrong, you know. Well, hey man, I'm not an official builder. I'm just a guy doing this for fun. So, but that being said, I don't typically post any CG data until it's been verified. I post what the stock is, which is, you know, 5 to 10 millimeters past this front, or behind this front crossbeam / wing tube. Excuse me. And but I think that's too nose heavy. I think it ends up being nose heavy with these things, which is fine because I'd much rather move batteries back than have to move forward, move more stuff forward and add weight. I think I'm going to be good. I don't think I'm going to have to add any weight. These seats are actually less weight than the originals by a little bit. So I'm saving almost 1/3 of a pound by using those. Don't really want to save weight because I'm thinking I may need nose weight, but I don't know that for sure yet. I'm hoping not, but we'll see. But these are so much nicer. So much nicer. And I've got some paint to do to paint some things on them, but these are just legit. I mean, look at that. Only problem I ran into because of their size, we had to do the split print, which is the top part of the seat and the bottom. And when I did that, the file didn't have the ejection seat handle on it. No big deal. I'm going to take the ejection seat handle off those seats and put on here and be good to go. That's my, if I could have print the whole seat with one print, it did have that part of the file in the, I don't know why. Maybe it's just missing something. Kind of aggravating since I did pay for the file. But resin printing is the way to go, man. I don't know why. Like I said, SkyMaster and any of them, they need to get rid of this, whatever they're using. And they need to do, this kind of does look 3D printed resin. Maybe that's resin print, but it could be better, you know. And their cockpits, there's no reason why they can't do resin prints on their cockpits. So anyways, so this weekend I'll finish this and enjoy this a little bit too. So you guys have a good one. Sorry if it's not your forte on the channel, but like I said, I've mentioned it before, I do various things. So y'all guys have a good one. Happy Friday.